if you run a business and you don't have a YouTube channel yet, you are actually losing to competitors who do. In this video, I'm going to show you how to effectively start one from scratch using the same process that we use to book hundreds of calls for multiple B2B businesses from YouTube alone. And if you want to skip this, that is totally fine, but I guarantee you're leaving out the best lead generation asset that you can currently build for your business. So why should you actually start a YouTube channel, and why does this beat every other B2B channel you can possibly build? Well, first of all, when someone can sit there and watch your video content, that is building so much trust within you, rather than just reading something through text and email, or just reading a LinkedIn post that you have made. Them watching you in person builds that trust better than anything else. The only other way to beat that trust is to obviously meet in person, but in an online world now, the best way to build that trust is through video content. YouTube also has an evergreen shelf life, right? Content on YouTube is constantly being repurposed by YouTube itself. When you post something on LinkedIn or on X, unless you're reposting it yourself, right, that content is going to get lost in between all the other ones, right? So with YouTube, we have channels that videos from months ago are still being pushed out, are still actively generating leads because they were just optimized properly, and YouTube is always pushing them out. And a lot of time when people are searching these things into YouTube, those videos are the one popping up. And again, a channel shows you're building something real, shows you're a real person, shows you're not a scam. So when someone receives a cold email, when someone searches you up, if they see a channel, it is instant credibility. It's instant proof that you are who you are and you know what you're talking about when the videos are done properly. There's a lot of beliefs that a lot of owners and founders that I speak to have, and we need to make sure we kill these beliefs. Number one, my ICP isn't on YouTube. I promise you they are. Every professional searches for answers. Your ideal client isn't no different. You specifically might not be on YouTube, because I've also heard people say, oh, I don't watch YouTube. I don't think my ideal clients are watching YouTube. I guarantee there is a handful of people who are your ICP that are searching on YouTube. I know this because I know the sort of clients that my clients have signed from YouTube, and I guarantee there are people who are doing millions a year or running these big businesses who are actively on YouTube. It takes too long to get results. Optimized content can work fast, right? When you say too long, I don't know what people necessarily mean. What is too long to get results? Is 90 days too long to get results? Because if you are doing YouTube content properly, I guarantee that within 90 days you could start seeing results from YouTube, as long as it's done properly. But even then, even if it takes 6 months, the results that come from YouTube, which we'll get onto after, it's worth it, right? If you are in this for the long run, you need to start a YouTube channel now. You should be starting a channel. You should be posting content. I mean, even if you know you have to do YouTube, but you want to wait because it takes a bit longer to get results. So when you start in 6 months time, when you could be actively getting really good results in 6 months, that's when you're going to start instead and have to wait another 6 months to start seeing results, right? But like I said, if optimized properly within 90 days, you could realistically start seeing really good results from YouTube. I need thousands of subscribers to book calls. This is the biggest misconception in the space. You really don't. One video done correctly can book a client. Now, I'm not saying post one video and that's going to bring you results if done properly, right? Most likely not, because viewers have to go through a few videos before they even book a call. But once you have 4, 5, 6 videos on there and you bring your viewers through the journey, right, they're going to trust you a lot more and you're going to see results. I promise you that. So how do you actually set this up, right? When we first start with the channel, just like any other, social media presence, just like your LinkedIn, just like your Twitter or your X, whatever you want to call it, your channel is a landing page. You need to treat it like one. Every element should be built in confidence and clarity. First of all, your profile picture, right? Just use the same one as LinkedIn, right? Consistency builds recognition. So if they see your same profile on LinkedIn or X or even your email when you're reaching out to them, right? The same photo it just shows that you are who you are. A channel name just should simply be your name or the business name if you would rather start a business channel. The about section, very simple, right? Just have who you are, who you help, just like any other about section, right? It's all very simple stuff. And then you always want to have a call to action, right? A website, a calendar, or newsletter. Don't have too many. Have, I'll say, a maximum of 2. Don't confuse people. Don't give people multiple places to go. I'll even have maybe another social media on there, preferably a LinkedIn or an X, so that they can go and see more of your stuff on there, maybe follow on there, keep up to date with the daily things that you're doing, right? And this is as simple as it could be, right? This is mine, just a description about what we do, what offer, how we can help, and to book a call and to visit the website. And it's that simple, right? And that's all you really need. When you have too many links, it starts confusing the viewer, and you don't want them to click on the wrong one, right? You want to take them exactly where you want to take them, so make that transition as easy as possible. So what videos do you make? This is a question that I get constantly asked, right? First of all, don't guess. Don't just think about what is my ideal viewer watching, what's my ideal viewer searching, right? Do some actual research, right? Start with data and then validate it on YouTube. The first thing you always want to do, and I guarantee you'll have this within your documents, and if you don't, you probably have recorded calls, right? Take all those calls, take all these conversations you've had with clients, with prospects, with leads, and just feed all of that into ChatGPT, Claude, whatever you use these days, and just ask it to take out all the pain points that your ideal client is facing. Ask them to rank them as well in terms of what are people talking about the most when it comes to these pain points. And then you just want to go through YouTube and use something like vidIQ to essentially validate these ideas, right? Get these exact ideas, put them into the search and see the sort of content, see who's searching it, and see if there's a realistic chance of this video doing well on YouTube. A lot of the time, some things are not getting searched on YouTube, and that's okay, but it's just your job to find out exactly what is being searched. But this is super important to do before, right? And once you validate that through vidIQ, once you've done a bit of research on vidIQ, then you go into YouTube. You want to go in between both platforms and just find outliers. You want to find, specific videos that have done really, really well. You want to find how much search volume something is getting. You want to see the amount of competition level there is. Is this really big channels ranking for it? And as a new channel, you probably aren't going to rank for it as well, right? So there's loads of ways that you can do this, right? But you have to do your research beforehand, and you will find good ideas to make videos on that align exactly with your client pain points, right? And in one video for one problem, a specific video should address a specific pain point. You can do broader ones, but overall, one video, one pain point. Nail the research and the content practically writes itself. You'll know who your ICP is, you know what the pain point is, and then making the video should be super simple. You want to optimize every single video before you publish, right? You need a title. You want to include that keyword that we just spoke about, that pain point within that title, right? Keep it under 60 characters, right? The description, it should be keywords plus concise summary of what's covered. Again, we're constantly implementing these keywords to make sure that the SEO is fully optimized. And I have more videos breaking down SEO and also breaking down how to do this research on YouTube. I'll make sure it's linked above, so if you're interested, you can just go away and watch that after. I recommend after you watch this video, right? Chapters not just boost watch time because it makes it an easier way to watch it, but it's also, again, keyword signals. The thumbnail, it must stop the scroll. It needs to work with the title to, again, earn that click, right? Don't just put a random screenshot. Get that thumbnail optimized. Again, this all comes down to doing research prior to making the video. Tags, relevant, optimized, and again, to just reinforce your keyword. Optimization is what separates videos that compound from videos that disappear. When you can really optimize a video well, right, you're going to see more and better push from YouTube, not just in the quantity of people they're pushing to, but also in the quality, because they're going to understand a lot more on who and where to push you to, right? Now, your recording setup, again, another thing that I constantly get is, oh, I don't have a camera, I don't have the right setup. I promise you, you don't need nothing special, right? A good iPhone, which is what I'm literally using now, is more than enough to start. A better camera can help for sure, make it look a bit cleaner, make it look a bit better, but it's not required. A microphone is something I would recommend to invest in, but when I say invest, we're talking maybe $100 for a very good microphone. And even nowadays, even with a crappy microphone, there is, specific AI tools that we can use that will enhance that audio, right? A decent mic makes a big difference, a bigger difference than a camera, right? You want to prioritize audio, you want to make sure that people can listen to you. And then content quality beats production quality every single time. What you're saying in your video, what you're talking about in your video, is much more important than how nice the background looks, what you have there, the lighting that you've got. My one's quite simple at the moment, right? The truth is, you don't need to spend much. A good iPhone, MacBook, and a decent mic is a complete studio. Stop waiting for the perfect setup and start now. You're going to I promise you will not see a massive difference in the results from having a really good setup. Now, how do you turn these views into actual clients, right? The system, YouTube is not a campaign, it's a compounding engine. Videos from months ago are still being pushed and booking calls today. This is from a client's recent YouTube channel, and this is, if you're confused about what you're seeing here, I'll quickly explain, right? This is a video this is his channel, overall channel, just on long form videos in the last 48 hours. And as you can see, in the last 48 hours, he's got 523 views. Pretty good considering these are all potential leads that might be interested in this service, right? So in the last 48 hours, 500 views, but look at where these views are coming from. It's super spread out. This was, I think the latest video here was February 23, 2026, right? The top volume view videos from Jan 3rd 2026. Then we've got December 10th. Then we've got November 28th, August 4th, June 27th, November 21, February 23, October 1st, right? The whole point I'm trying to show is, like I said, with other channels, with other content, with cold email, with whatever, right? Once you do one thing, right, that kind of gets lost in the sea of other things unless you're actually reposting. With YouTube, once done properly, right, this content is constantly being repurposed by YouTube itself, constantly being pushed to not just anyone, but to who you'd want to be watching your content and when it's done properly, right? It's this, you know, I can't urge enough how powerful this is. 500 potential leads watching your content from a very small channel, by the way, just in the last 48 hours. And you can imagine the results that this will be getting, right? So I'll recommend to only have one CTA. Give people a single clear next step. Multiple options creates confusion and kills conversions. Now, this might sound, if you watch my other videos, a bit different to what I say. I recommend 2 videos at the end, but there should be a main video. For example, book a call, sign up to the newsletter, check out the lead magnet, right? That is your main call to action. But you always, in case people are not ready to do that yet, you always want to have a second smaller call to action, which is to another video, because if someone can go from one video to another video, that signals YouTube that video, people are enjoying your content, people are watching your content, so they will push out your content more and to those specific type of people. So have one main call to action for the majority of the video, but make sure to also right at the end to push people to another video to improve your YouTube metrics and to get YouTube to push out a bit more. Videos compound over months and years, right? YouTube actually repurposes optimized content. Give it time, know that it works. And consistency is a strategy. Boring, yes, right? Non-negotiable, absolutely. This is what makes everything else. You have to show up. Consistent publishing is the foundation. Even with no strategy, you can see results over time, right? It might take a lot longer, but if you continuously publish videos, continuously make long form videos, you will get better, the content will get better, and you will eventually, even if it's a year, 2 years later, you will see results, right? And again, YouTube videos compounds. Each video adds to a growing body of content that is working for you 24/7, and once YouTube is working, the results are immense, right? So stay consistent. With strategy, you're going to see results much quicker. Even without strategy, eventually at some point you will see results, but strategy plus consistency, you are guaranteed to see results, right? And you know, for results, we're talking 10 to 40 booked calls every single month from high intent leads that are ready to buy from you, because again, they like, know, and trust you. They've already watched your content, you've already pre-sold them. They're going to get on that call and just want to figure out the itty-bitties, the little things, right? How can we get started? Just, I need one question on this, right? People are going to be ready to buy. And from those sales calls, right, that are so much easier. If you're open to signing more clients, you will sign more clients, right? It's as simple as that. And not just that, but every other content and any other outreach method that you have, whether it's cold emails, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's cold calling, right? When people are searching you up and they see a channel, it's just straight authority, straight proof that you actually know what you're doing and you're not some guy trying to scam online. So again, make a YouTube channel, start posting content. So the key takeaways and essentially your B2B YouTube blueprint, right? Number one, just have a professional presence, right? Set up your channel like any other social media profile page, clean, consistent, and reflective of your brand. Audience first content. Deeply understand your ideal client. What are they searching? What are their pain points? And every video should address a single specific problem that they face, right? Data-driven strategy. Don't start guessing, right? Use keyword research tools. Validate ideas directly on YouTube, ensuring what you create is what your audience is actually seeking. Optimization is key. Each video needs to be fully optimized. Compelling title, clear descriptions, relevant tags, helpful chapters, and scroll-stopping thumbnails, right? Start lean, scale smart. Forget expensive gear. A good iPhone, a laptop, and a decent mic are all you need to start producing high quality content that gets results, more importantly, right? Clear call to actions. Guide your audience with one clear call to action per video. Reduce friction and make the next step obvious for potential clients. Evergreen asset, right? Embrace the compounding power of YouTube. Old videos will continue to generate leads and build trust long after the initial publish date, as we have just shown before. Consistency wins. Regular posting is non-negotiable. Consistency is the single most important factor that allows all other strategies to yield results, right? And quality over quantity, right? Focus on attracting the right viewers, not just many. You don't need thousands of subscribers. You need the right people who are actively watching your content. And again, it's the ultimate trust builder in a crowded market of B2B landscape dominated by cold outreach. A well-executed YouTube channel positions you as a trusted authority, right? Implement these steps consistently for 2 or 3 months and watch your YouTube channel become a powerful client acquisition engine. Now, if you want help implementing this properly to save you a lot of time, to help you see better results early, then book in a call with the first link down below, and we can walk through how we can help you, how we can set this all up for you so you start seeing results as soon as possible without taking up really any of your time. So book a call below if that sounds interesting. And if you want to watch another video, I recommend you to watch the video on screen now, which shows you probably the most important part you need to learn is how to do the research element and to find the specific keywords that your audience is actively searching. Go watch that now, and I'll see you there.